Well, I told you he was going to come back with another one, and another one, and another one, another one. DJ Khaled! No. DJ CJAX is back. Let's get it.
Wow. Another week and another embarrassing, filler, garbage, nonsensical, trash episode of Raw before WrestleMania, okay? We are 26 days out from Mania 41, and like I said a couple days ago, this Mania season is dead. It's over. It's dead in the water. There is no engaging stories. There's no engaging feuds. Nothing has been built properly, and we get the same repetitive segments every week. This is ridiculous at this point.
I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain.
I don't understand how we can look at last year's Mania build, and 3 weeks out, we were getting elite segments between Cody Rollins and Rock and Roman. We were getting a great segment here with Roman and Cody. A great segment here with Roman and Rock, or with Rollins and Cody themselves. The I'll Be Your Shield promo. All of that stuff, the IG promos from The Rock, the historic beatdown out in the rain on the Chicago episode of Raw, that was sensational. That episode was amazing. You notice how you can remember that episode 3 or 4 weeks before Mania? Can you remember anything that's happened before this Mania build on Raw? Nothing. Nothing happens. John Cena comes out, and again, like I've been saying, I told you this last week, this dude's gonna come out every week now in a brand new outfit. Even though he says, oh, the fans don't deserve a new entrance. You don't deserve any new outfits. You don't deserve anything from me.
That voice sound more like Tiffany Stratton than John Cena.
And then all of a sudden he's got a new outfit. It's ridiculous. Look at last year's Mania build and then look at this. 3 weeks before Mania, we were ending with an amazing segment with Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth on the mic, and a great promo, very fun, very memorable. And now 3 weeks before this Mania, we're ending with the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, a 50-year-old Carlito, and Dominic Mysterio are beating up Penta and Braun Breaker. Are you kidding me?
I ain't gonna lie, when I looked at this, I was just wondering why Finn would even hand the chair to Dom, knowing that he can use that chair to hit him with it. But, again, I guess we have to wait till WrestleMania, right? It's probably gonna be a fatal 4-way match since we haven't heard from Sheamus or Kaiser, so, yeah.
This is just, it's a monstrosity what Triple H is getting away with. You understand? This is not funny. It's not good. I don't want to come on here and bash this stuff. I want to see great and engaging wrestling from...
listening to Liv Morgan lie on Finn Balor's name is not funny. Talking about, oh, Finn wasn't happy of me adding in the group. It's talking about Dom adding me to the group. No, Finn added you to the group. The fuck is you talking about? Every time Liv Morgan lies, I try my best not to laugh, but it's just funny how people frame things after they say something that's not true. It's just after they say something that's not even factual. It's just fucking insane to me. But yeah, we'll skip on that. But let's get back to the bill.
WWE. I want to see good content. Why do you think I went to Mania 40 last year? You understand? That Mania 40 was incredible. The bill was amazing. I want amazing content. But this is garbage, and it needs to be treated as such. So with that being said now, it's time to get into this review for one of the worst episodes of Raw I've ever seen. I want to mention how John Cena, right, is one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time, and he's here with the alleged WWE champion, which means that Cody Rhodes is allegedly the guy that they're making the quote-unquote face of the company, right? He's supposed to be the top guy they have now. And these two are in the ring, and we got a nothing burger promo, a nothing burger segment where John Cena again refuses to say anything to his opponent in 3 weeks, Cody Rhodes. This is embarrassing. John Cena was just here a few years ago on his part-time tour, feuding with Roman Reigns. They had great promos on SmackDown, you know what I'm saying? Building to their match at SummerSlam in 2021, I believe it was. You get what I mean? Great segments, great promos. It built the match nicely, and the match ended up being pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? And somehow, we're in a situation now where Cena said nothing to Cody. There's 3 weeks to go until Mania, and Cena's only scheduled to show up one more time before Mania, which is next week in London on Raw. I mean, come on. You can go toe-to-toe on the mic with Roman, who's an all-time great, you know what I'm saying, had an all-time great championship reign as well, and now he can't go toe-to-toe on the mic with Cody, or he's choosing not to. I mean, Triple H has to take the blame for the way that this booking is going. Obviously, the talent isn't doing great either, but Triple H's booking is severely prohibiting this Mania build from being anything above like a 2 out of 10. It's embarrassing. First, let's talk about this disastrous empty, meaningless segment pretty much, okay? There were a couple decent moments from Cena. However, this segment as a whole, when you look back at it, is just garbage. It just is. You can't have a situation where we're 26 days from WrestleMania and the best thing you can offer is this. You know, the first half of this promo is honestly pretty bad from Cena. He comes out, continues to talk about how he did. Well, first off, he doesn't care about the fans, of course, right? But this year so far, in 3 months alone, he's already had 5 different outfits and gears to use. You know what I'm saying? To self-merch to fans. You get what I mean? But he doesn't care about the fans, though. They don't deserve a new entrance theme. You don't deserve anything from me. You don't deserve a new outfit. But he's got 5 new outfits in 5 months. He had a new outfit last week, and he's got a new outfit this week. What did I say last week? I said that he said, you know, the fans don't deserve anything. I told you he would have a brand new outfit for Belgium, and I told you he'd have a brand new outfit for tonight's episode of Raw in Scotland, okay? And that's just what happened. He comes out, he basically says the fans, you guys suck. You stole from me for 20 years. The same stuff he was talking about last week. He says, stop cursing, guys. You turn to profanity when it gets too tough. You know, I'm like, what is this? What is this? We're 3.5 weeks from Mania and this dude's talking about profanity. You know, like, can you just cut the promo, please? Please?
I mean, the promo was okay to me. I mean, it seemed like he was trying to make a point. I mean, I hate that he gotta keep going at the fans, but I mean, look, I mean, the fans telling him to saying fuck you and shut the fuck up. Shoot, I've been wanting them to say that to Liv Morgan, but instead they're saying that to him. I'm like, damn, bro, chill the fuck out. Damn. I mean, Cena's saying, I mean, it's all scripted. I mean, calm down, guys. I mean, we know John Cena don't mean what he say. I mean, if anything, he should be focusing on his opponent, but instead he's focusing on the crowd. And, you know, hey, I mean, at least, you know, so far I'm listening to it and it's not that bad. But still, focus on your opponent, not the fans. But let's get back to the video.
You know, why are Cody and Cena not saying anything to each other? Huh? We're 3.5 weeks away, and Cody and Cena could not cut deep on each other at all. At all. You know, it's embarrassing. But anyways, John Cena's like, I've played you guys like a fiddle for decades now. You know, this guy thinks he's the Riddler. You know, this guy thinks he's the Joker or something. And he's like, you guys are predictable bots, which is facts. You know, they are, the fans are predictable bots. You know, when he turns edgy, the fans are, you know, are excited, right? When he gets a new entrance theme, the fans are crazy. When he makes a new championship, you know, the fans are acting insane. He brings up a bunch of different scenarios, which none of it really matters. It's just kind of filler stuff, I guess so, right? And then he brings up his WWE championship, the classic spinner belt. You get me? The classic spinner WWE belt, which we know and we love. You get what I mean? Which, by the way, the guy he's teaming with allegedly, right, that we haven't seen or heard from at all with The Rock. The Rock is the one who took that belt away and made a new one. But anyways, I guess it doesn't matter now because, you know, plot holes and inconsistencies and contradictions are a part of the casual experience now watching Triple H's booking. Anyways, John Cena basically gets to the interesting part of the promo. This is when his promo actually got solid, but it was only solid and good for like 2 minutes. He basically says, I will ruin wrestling. I will take back, you know, I'll take back my title. I never lost, yeah. But he says he's going to win his 17th championship, and he'll be the last real champion in WWE, and he will take back his WWE championship with the spinner belt, and he will, he will walk away with the fans' hopes and their dreams. This was a good heel moment, and it makes sense, and I actually like this aspect of the promo.
Yeah, I liked it too. He kept it 100 right there.
However, after this, he says, and there's nothing you can do about it, sits there in silence, and then Cody Rhodes comes out. This is when you start to realize that Cody Rhodes is one of the worst WWE champions ever. And the simple truth is that we would have been much better off with Rock and Roman as the main event this year, but The Rock couldn't make Mania, so now we have Cody and Cena. Cody has no idea how to elevate stories or feuds on the mic. He comes out in a suit, as per usual, and basically said, Cena, the biggest mistake you made is saying that you're going to take away our title in front of these lovely people of Scotland. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's 3 weeks out and you're doing cheap pops again? This is all this dude does. You know, I love you people. Let's take a look up there, down there, in the middle. I respect you. I love you guys, and I will fight for your right for this title forever. Shut up!
Hey, for that's so disrespectful, bro.
You know, I can't believe we're actually going to sit here and watch one of the worser versions of John Cena versus Stardust. You get me? In the in-ring quality, John Cena's a little bit, he's obviously more washed in the ring now than he's ever been, obviously, because he's older. And we're going to have Cody Rhodes wrestling him, and this is the main event, and this is the feud. Cody Rhodes comes out there and says, I fought hard for this belt, John, and you know this. You've seen my journey, and you think that your vanity will ruin wrestling. I'm like, dude, here we go again. Cody Rhodes with the libations, and the vernacular, and the vanity, and the insanity, and the vanity, and the vanity. Come on! Cut a promo, man! And then he proceeds to basically talk about how John Cena, you know what I'm saying? If you want the title, come get it. So he lays down the championship in the middle of the ring. John Cena, blows on his hand like he's about to start fighting, then gets up and walks away. Classic heel move. But the issue is that we're 3 weeks from Mania, and they've said nothing directly to each other that's hurtful at all. Not even hurtful, just cut deep, a good line, a good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Some entertaining interaction between these two. We've got none of it. None of it. And John Cena walks away in awkward silence, and nothing happens. Cody Rhodes gets back on the mic and basically says, John, I can't have you walk away on these people and walk away on yourself and on me. You must understand that you will walk away empty-handed from WrestleMania, just like you're doing right now. And then Cody holds the belt up, and that's it. These cheap pop promos. The crowd's going, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. We're bots, we are bots. We're bots, we are bots. Hey.
Hey, fool, that's so disrespectful, bro.
You know what I'm saying? We just cheer for everything now at this point. So that's how the segment ends, I kid you not, and Cena just walks away. This segment was garbage. It's as simple as that. You had 1 or 2 good minutes out of 25 minutes. So if you think that that's a good hit rate, then congratulations. You lost it. You've lost it. But this is embarrassing, like I keep saying. 4 weeks away from Mania, 3.5 weeks away from Mania, and they've said nothing to each other that's cut deep, had great dialogue, has been super entertaining, or anything like that. This is your WWE champion, the quote-unquote North Star of the wrestling industry. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Wheatley, so good, I drink it neatly. Like, this is the WWE champion, right? And one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time in John Cena. And this is the best program, the best build, and the best segments that we're getting. Following last week's inconsequential, nonsensical, contradictory disaster that Cena put on the mic, and we're following it up with this, where they don't even do anything? Come on, man. This feud is over, right? I've already given up on this, but we all know now and can confirm this feud is cheeks.
And speaking of cheeks, I'm just playing. Let's get back to the video.
And again, we still haven't heard anything from The Rock. This is apparently John Cena, quote-unquote, selling his soul to The Rock, and
Hey!
Hey, fool, that's so disrespectful, bro.
The fans apparently had it all figured out. Triple H was one step ahead of us, guys. He had the long-term booking. He knew Cena was going to turn heel. Yeah, well, look at it now. It's a shock factor, cheap heel turn, and nothing's coming from it, really. We've gotten nothing in return in terms of like what the value is of this heel turn. The Rock has not shown up since. He may not show up at all until maybe a cameo at Mania 41, and it's just an embarrassment. It is what it is. Mania 41 right now looks like an absolute disaster, and this main event's not going to make any sense, just like the Roman Rollins and Punk main event makes absolutely no sense as well, and I've explained that multiple times. It's a disaster for all 3 men involved, but it is what it is. And another thing about the Cody and Cena promo that I just don't understand, how is it possible that we were getting multiple different backstage segments, right, with The Rock last year when he was there, the beatdown outside in the pouring rain, you know what I'm saying, with the Mama Rhodes belt, just destroying this dude, one of the best beatdown segments ever in WWE, and somehow, we don't even get anything follow-up with Cody and Cena. No backstage segments, no nothing. The amount of lack of effort Triple H puts into these feuds is embarrassing. Next, we had the Usos versus A-Town Down Under. We all knew Jey Uso's surprise, tag partner was either going to be Jimmy Uso or Joe Hendry, probably.
Well, I didn't know Jimmy was going to be his partner. I thought it was going to be Joe Hendry. I used to get his last name mixed up with Hendrick. Because it sounds good when you say Joe Hendrick, but they say Joe Henry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Or what about this? I believe in Joe Hendrick. Damn, man. Joe Henry? Okay, well, hey, that would have been cool to see Joe Henry, but hey, seeing Jimmy there makes sense. It makes sense.
and it ended up being Jimmy Uso, okay? This match lasted like 5 to 10 minutes. I don't really know what to say about this. Obviously, Austin Theory is the one that took the pin. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are career jobbers at this point, so there's nothing to really talk about with this. After this happens, we get another Brawl segment! Every week is a Brawl segment with Jey and Gunther. It's the same thing. A couple awful segments when it comes to promos here and there, and then all of a sudden we get a bunch of Brawl segments. This is like the 5th or 6th straight week where Jey and Gunther just start brawling. Jey beats up Gunther. Gunther beats up Jey. Jey beats up Gunther. Vice versa. You know? It's the same thing for everyone. Tiffany and Charlotte had a bunch of brawls for 4 weeks straight until they finally had their garbage interview segment where Charlotte was the only one saying anything of meaning. You know what I'm saying? This is embarrassing. Another Brawl segment. This is the World Heavyweight Champion, the second highest championship in the pecking order in WWE. And this is the best possible feud we're putting forward for our Royal Rumble winner and our guy who's been champion for 8 months in Gunther. It's embarrassing. Absolutely egregious, man. And then after this, Jey Uso trips. You know what I'm saying? He trips as he's about to spear Gunther or hit Gunther, whatever. And then after he trips, Gunther beats up Jey for like 10 seconds. And then Jimmy runs in the ring with a chair. And then Gunther walks away. The World Heavyweight Champion again is running away from a beatdown that he started. But he's supposed to give Jey Uso 10 weeks of hell. Jey, if you choose me, I'm going to give you 10 weeks of hell, man. You don't want to pick me for Mania. Yeah, I think I do, because you're not doing anything. You know, the only time he attacks Jey is when his back is turned. So now Gunther looks like an absolute coward. That's all he is. He's a coward champion that doesn't defend his belts, doesn't cut good promos, doesn't do anything. Triple H should be ashamed of himself, because as much as I bash Gunther sometimes for this title reign, this is not all on Gunther. Triple H has to start taking the blame for this stuff, man. There's no way that this is the best possible thing that Gunther can be doing as champion. And the same thing goes for Jey Uso, the Royal Rumble winner, bro. Come on, man. This is embarrassing. This segment really got me hooked. Nobody says this segment really got me hooked. This really got me engaged. I'm so hyped for this feud. I'm so invested, man. I can't wait for Jey versus Gunther. Come on. It's going to start night 1. It's going to be the show opener on night 1 probably, or night 2, and that's going to be it. You know? Get it over with. This is an embarrassing feud. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. This was garbage. A garbage segment and a mediocre match at best. The only thing cool here was to see the Usos hit their 1D and hit a couple moves, the pop-up spear, all this other stuff. Other than that, the match was just meaningless. Meaningless. And the segment that followed was atrocious, and we've seen it a billion times.
Well, I mean, shout out to Jimmy for reuniting with his brother. I mean, I think it made sense after what happened Friday. So, with that segment backstage with Gunther, so it made sense to me. So, honestly, kind of glad it happened. So shout out to Jimmy, man. He the GOAT, you know. I wonder when he's going to win the United States title. But I guess we'll have to wait, right? Yep, we'll wait. We'll wait.
Next, we have Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez. This was a decent match, I guess, for what it was, but the ending was booked horribly. You have them go, dog it out in the ring. They did some pretty solid moves with each other, decent match, mildly entertaining, I suppose. Other than the fact that these two stars are quote-unquote stars, you know what I'm saying? These two wrestlers literally have nothing going for them when it comes to a story perspective. The fact that Lyra Valkyria was pushed to be one of the Queen of the Ring nominees, she was in the Money in the Bank match, you know what I mean? She also won the Intercontinental Championship, you know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me that she still is not that over with the crowd? Like, nobody cares about Lyra Valkyria, let's be honest with ourselves. Raquel Rodriguez, it's the same thing. I just don't know how Triple H struggles to get these people over. But again, it's 50-50, or sometimes it's 60-40, 70-30, whatever. But the talent doesn't do a great job either. They don't cut good promos. They have no story to tell, so therefore no one cares about this.
See, this is the problem I have with CJAX, is that when it comes to people like Raquel and Finn Balor and anyone else in the Judgment Day, he looks at them like jobbers, but he ain't got nothing negative to say about Liv Morgan, right? He ain't got nothing negative to say about Dom. He ain't got nothing negative to say about Carlito, which he shouldn't. But it's like every time anytime he bring up Finn or bring up Raquel, he's just like these people on Twitter that be hating on them, because here's the thing, people on Twitter fuck with Finn Balor, right? But he's the only one that don't fuck with Raquel. He's just like everybody on Twitter, hating on Raquel because he's saying, she's not a good wrestler. She don't make great promos. Well, the only reason why she can't make a great promo is because they don't give her a chance to speak. Not you, but I mean, like Hunter, or anybody in the back, the board of directors. They don't give her a chance to speak. So it's just like, again, you can't say she can't make great promos because they haven't even gave her a chance to speak. You know, the last time they let her speak is when they had her speak Spanish, which I thought that was lame as fuck. Because why would you have her speak Spanish when you're talking to an English crowd? Like, come on, you're talking to Americans here. Like, I don't understand why they would embarrass Raquel like that. Like, Raquel has every right to speak just the same way as Liv Morgan. What, you think Liv Morgan cuts great promos? Man, listen, the only reason why she's talking her shit now is because she got Dom in the Judgment Day. But when the tables is turned, she ain't gonna feel like that. Which promo she gonna cut? Because, again, I just hate the fact people be shitting on Raquel when they don't understand that Raquel is getting screwed. Okay? The fact that she lost against Lyra is just ridiculous because she could have been double champ. And then that way, at WrestleMania 41, Dom could have been champ too. But the problem is that they're with Liv Morgan. And that's the reason why they're losing. Otherwise, they would be winning some matches. You don't think Dom will be winning matches if he would get away from Liv Morgan? You don't think Raquel will be winning matches if she would get away from Liv Morgan? But the problem is that Liv Morgan is holding them back. Okay? They are. I don't care how many times she promote Dom. You can promote him all you want on social media, but you're not helping him out. You're holding him back the same way that you were holding Finn Balor back from releasing his anger out on Dom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you not doing anything but holding people back and afraid that they're going to be better than you. And that's sad. But with Dom, with Dom is not like that, but with Raquel it is. I mean, yeah, you're helping Raquel become Intercontinental Champion, but how did that go? She still lost. Now, again, this is why the receipts have to be in order because, again, we know Liv Morgan's a liar. We know she's a manipulator. We know she ain't got nothing to work with. But, however, if she helped Dom win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 41, that's a receipt she's going to hold on to until they break up. And that's going to hurt Dom because Dom can't win a single match without Liv Morgan. And that's fucked up. So basically, Dom can't win without Liv Morgan. Are you serious? Like, I come on now. That's not fair because that makes it seem like Dom can't win at all by himself. And that makes listen, man. I really hope that that doesn't happen because Dom needs to win the title by himself. So that way no one can say that, oh, you helped me this, you helped me that. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope it works out. Because honestly, I just can't see this going. I just can't. But we got to see if it'll be a fatal four-way match. It'll probably just be a triple threat match. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what else to talk about here. But just say, whatever can come down to Finn and Dom. Hopefully we'll see an ending at WrestleMania, but we will wish we'll see an ending now, but as of tonight, it's not going to end right away. So it is what it is. But as for Raquel goes, Raquel has an opportunity to be great. But the only way she could become great is if she get away from Liv Morgan. But by the time she do that, it'll be too late because of the stupid tag team push. So I don't know how she's going to bounce back. But hopefully she can. But I don't know how. I really don't. But let's get back to the video because I don't want to make this video long. So let's get back to the video.
Match. Lyra Valkyria ends up winning on a roll-up, which is just a stupid ending to a match that should have had a better ending. And then afterwards, Bayley comes out, and Bayley holds the Intercontinental title, you know what I'm saying, and looks at Lyra Valkyria as they stare down Liv and Raquel Rodriguez, and that's the end of this. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real, nobody cares about this. If Bayley fights Lyra Valkyria for the IC belt at WrestleMania 41, it will probably be one of the most boring mid-card matches in the history of WrestleMania. So it's as simple as that.
I think we're going to get a triple threat match if Roxanne decides to come back to Raw, but I think we're going to get that more. We're going to get just one-on-one. I think it's going to be a triple threat match. If she's willing to come in before 2 weeks, even, hey, Roxanne, you got the opportunity to come back. What you waiting for, baby cakes? Come back. All right. Come back and beef with Bayley and get Lyra, and hopefully you could get that title, hopefully.
After this, we had my favorite segment of the night. This was basically full of botches, I guess you could say, from Jey Uso. Jey Uso last week obviously had that ridiculous botch on Raw, and they actually tried to weave it into the storyline, which was pretty interesting. Decent idea, you know what I'm saying, from Triple H, I suppose. Decent idea here to weave in that botch into the segment, and basically Jimmy Uso's telling Jey, this version of you will not beat Gunther. You understand? He cooked with his lines. Jimmy Uso was cooking in this segment. He basically brought up that Jey cannot win right now, man. You're failing at moves that you've been doing for years. You're slipping up on the mic. And Jey Uso says in this segment, he says, man, I'm 3-0 versus Gunther. Jey Uso obviously messed that up because he's 0-3 versus Gunther. He meant to say 0-3, but again, he botched last week in the ring, and now he's botching in the segments on the mic. So I don't even know what to even say at this point. I just hope that Jey Uso, can get right and get right for this match, because at this point, he's just making some really ridiculous mistakes. Maybe they're going to weave it into the storyline, but this dude is genuinely botching different things, so whatever. Jimmy then proceeds to say, I need right-hand man Jey Uso. I need Royal Rumble winner Jey Uso. I need the guy who was able to actually move himself into being main event Jey Uso, getting world title matches. That's the Jey Uso I need, and it brought the energy in. The crowd was popping for it. And then after this, Gunther's around the corner, so Jimmy Uso goes and talks to Gunther and slaps the crap out of Gunther. I mean, this slap literally gives this slap alone gave this Raw an extra point on the rating to make it like a 1 or a 2 out of 10 rather than a 0. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is insane. This slap was crazy he did on Gunther. And maybe Jimmy Uso should have won the Royal Rumble with the way he was going on the mic and the way he's going on these in these segments, you know what I'm saying? And actually adding some emotion to this feud. He's done more for this feud already than Jey and Gunther have done combined in the last 2 months. And it's as simple as that. So that's just the way that I see it. I like this segment. I thought it was entertaining, and it got me a little bit more interested in what's happening. Definitely didn't get me excited because, I mean, this feud is terrible. But, hey, we'll see what happens next week when Jimmy fights Gunther.
Yeah, shout out to Jimmy for looking out for his brother, but I would really like it if next week, Rhea will probably spit some game to, Jey Uso, but because she's so caught up with Bianca and Io Sky, it's going to be probably hard for her to actually give him some encouragement because all she care about right now is the title, which I understand. But still, it would be nice for her to, spend some game to Jey, But, well, no. It's just an idea. But we'll get back to the video.
Then we have one of the most idiotic and just nonsensical things I think I've ever seen from WWE, okay? We have a segment here with Io Sky basically coming out. She basically says the same thing she's been saying for the last 2 weeks. I'm the women's world champion, so I'm going to beat Bianca and Rhea. Nobody cares. Then Bianca comes out and she's like, I won the chamber, and I actually deserve a championship match. So before we worry about Io and Rhea, we need to worry about me and my title match, which is actually facts. Then Rhea Ripley comes out with her generic entrance, this is my brutality, and literally says the classic line I've been saying that she's been saying for a year, which is, I'm going to take back my title. I never lost. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Listen, the fact that I've been saying that line, jokingly, for like about a year now, it's going to be a year soon at this point, and the fact that she's still saying it, it just lets you know everything you need to know. There is no new promo material. Everyone is saying the same exact things and has nothing new to offer on the mic. This is why the talent is not good, and they don't get over off of talent. It's all manufactured. You mean to tell me that Rhea Ripley, who has, 4 or 5 Raw matches in the last 400 days, and you're telling me that person who's barely been on PLEs, barely defending her title when she had it the first time and even when she had it the second time, and that person is getting the loudest pops in the women's division based off of what? Goons on Twitter? You know what I'm saying? Goons in the audience that have no idea what they're talking about?
CJ acting like Rhea is the only one with a Nicki Minaj fan base. Dude, Liv Morgan has the same thing. The fuck is you talking about? I mean, Liv Morgan got goons too, bro. Respectfully, they do. All right? And you saying Rhea got goons, but Liv Morgan got the same goons as well. And hers is 10 times worse. So everything you're saying about Rhea, Liv Morgan has the same. So put that in your video too. Let's be transparent here. You over here talking about Rhea got goons and all that, but Liv Morgan got goons too. Just go on Twitter and see what I'm talking about. I mean, they comment on my videos all the time. And most of the times I have to delete it just because they're not making any sense. So the Rhea fans fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, actually, I know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying Liv Morgan has the same thing. Just make it fair, all right? I mean, both of them have goons, all right? They have that kind of fan base. They do. So I'm just saying, make it fair on both sides. Don't just focus on one, So let's get back to the video, though. But y'all know what I'm talking about, though. If you're a Rhea fan and you're a Liv fan, you will know what I'm talking about. Or you're an outside fan, you will know what I'm talking about. Trust me. We can't even throw an opinion without somebody criticizing us about Liv Morgan or Rhea Rebby, But y'all can comment down below and let me know about that.
This is exactly what is wrong with the fandom, number one. And number two, what's wrong with these stars? They don't do anything to get up, to get over. You know what I'm saying? Or to naturally get over or improve their skills. They just sit there, say the same thing over and over again, and these Twitter goons and these bots in the audience will actually sit there and pop for you. Meanwhile, Bianca and Io wrestling week in, week out, doing more than Rhea has done in years at this point. What Bianca and Rhea did last year, Bianca and Io, what they did last year in the ring, and what Bianca was doing on the mic is much better than anything Rhea had to offer over the last 2 years, even when she was champion. But somehow Bianca was getting booed and Rhea gets cheered for doing nothing. It's embarrassing. That lets you know everything you need to know about the booking and the fandom and the wrestlers themselves. Rhea has done nothing to get over but sit there and post goon pics on Twitter at this point. That's it. Why else is she over? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Please, somebody tell me in the comment section, why is Rhea Ripley over? I genuinely would love to know that. And just to add on to this ridiculous segment, why was there a contract segment between Bianca Belair and Io Sky a couple weeks ago, but now we're at a situation where, they did the contract signing, and now we're just going to have a Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky championship match next week. So why would they sign the contract if the contract is subject to change anyways? If Rhea wins next week, it's going to be her versus Bianca.
Yeah, I don't understand this match. You really want Io Sky to lose the match, which is so stupid. But hopefully Bianca messed this up to where it can be a triple threat match. But this is ridiculous. Thanks a lot, Adam Pearce, for ruining Io Sky's moment. It's fucking stupid.
So what's the point of this? Why did they do this contract signing? This shows you to your face that they're wasting our time with meaningless segments. It's just ridiculous at this point. What is the point of the Rumble? What's the point of the Chamber? If Bianca wins the Chamber, she's supposed to be the rightful person to fight Rhea for the championship at WrestleMania. But instead, Rhea then loses the belt, and then Bianca goes to fight Io, and now Io might lose the belt, and now Bianca's going to go back to fighting Rhea? Come on, man. This is stupid. None of this stuff matters. The Chamber and Rumble mean nothing now. If you win the Chamber, the person who was champion before the person you're fighting at Mania can just go ask for a rematch and just keep brawling with you, and then they'll get their match. So what's the point? You might as well make every year the person who wins the Chamber or the Rumble should qualify for a triple threat or a fatal four-way match at this point. It's ridiculous. Bianca basically has this turns into another brawl segment because, of course, everything has to be a brawl segment. What has Triple H done unique about this feud? The first week, it was Io trying to get up in their faces, and then Rhea and Bianca pushed her away with one hand and made her look weak even though she's the champion. The second week, last week, it happened the same thing. Io got beat up for trying to butt her head into their business. And now this week, it's the same thing. Io and Rhea pushing Io's face away when she tries to get close. It's the same shot, the same editing, the same promo, the same segment, the same overplayed gimmick over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm Roman Reigns in that one promo. It's the same entrance, the same theme, the same gimmick. It's the same stuff. And fans are supposedly eating this up. This Mania is going to suck. You know what I'm saying? It's over. So this segment basically ends with them brawling around. Io gets kicked out of the ring. Bianca holds the title high, and that ends it. And that's it. The crowd's booing Bianca for some reason. Bianca might as well turn heel because the fans don't deserve Bianca. These international fans in Scotland tonight were atrocious. The crowd was garbage. So just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? These fans are bots, and they're goons at this point. Then we get to Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee. This was probably my second favorite part of the night behind the Jimmy Uso and Gunther segment thing. Quite frankly, this match was just a banger. You know what I'm saying? It was just a really good match. Entertaining, fast-paced, had some really good spots in there, like the suplex off the apron. It was really, really good. Chad Gable's just great in the ring, you know what I'm saying? The whole gimmick of El Grande Americano, you know what I'm saying? Americano, my boy Chad Gable, you know what I mean? Chad Gable comes out there, basically does all of that stuff, with the entrance and whatnot, and then has a banger with Dragon Lee, and that's really all there is to say about it. I mean, when Chad Gable's involved in a match, it's going to be good. It's as simple as that. This is expected. It's the same thing for Dragon Lee, and the fact is that as hot as Chad Gable was at the mid parts, the early parts of 2024, the fact that as hot as he didn't get anything, no gold, no nothing, all he got was jobbed out to Sami Zayn 4 times, it's embarrassing. It truly is, but of course, when people are in their prime and they're doing great work, that's Triple H's code word for for, you know what? You're not getting anything. And that's exactly what Chad Gable has gotten, a big nothing burger. So even though this match was very good and I enjoyed it, and what's his name? Dragon Lee got his mask pulled off at the end, it's going to result in absolutely nothing for Dragon Lee and nothing for Chad Gable, because they've been ringing around the rosy for the last 5 months, wrestling each other over and over again in banger matches to no avail. Nothing's improved. Just like New Day did the amazing heel turn segment, and we haven't seen them do anything meaningful since. So it is what it is. Then we get to CM Punk coming out and cutting his promo. Punk basically had nothing to say other than the fact that, hey, I'm going to be on SmackDown this week for a contract signing with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. At this point, this feud's a disaster for all three men involved. CM Punk just goes on rambling about, oh, it's about what I want. I need to get what I want. I need what I want. I want what I want. I want what I want. What are you talking about? Let me guess, you want a world title at WrestleMania in the main event? Is that what you want? Well, you're not getting it. Jey Uso's going to win the world title, and John Cena's going to win his 17th, and you're going to sit there doing a meaningless match with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. How about them apples? You know what I'm saying? How about you take that with you, And then CM Punk basically gets to the part of the promo where he's like, let me tell you two things, let me tell you two things, let me tell you two things, CM Punk basically says the fact that, he brought them into this industry, and he can't wait to take Roman and Rollins out of this industry. And he says Seth Rollins is a whining, complaining baby. The same stuff he's been saying, which is facts. All Rollins does is complain and then lose. That's it. Roman Reigns and CM Punk are both bigger stars than Rollins. I'm not saying that Punk is better.
I mean, what you expect? I mean, that was the reason why Triple H turned on him when he was in the Authority, because he was always whining and complaining. I mean, bitching and moaning. I mean, that's how he is. I mean, shoot. There's the reason why Triple H turned on him when he was in the Authority, because he was a whiner and complainer. So what you expect? But see, back then he was winning matches. Now he ain't winning shit. Ridiculous, right? Just ridiculous.
Than Rollins, but Roman definitely is. And the fact is that, listen, Seth Rollins is just not, he's forced into feuds that he has nothing to do with at this point. He just does random stuff for Mania. Remember he was fighting Logan Paul at WrestleMania? Are you kidding me? You remember this dude was literally forced into the tag match last year because they needed another top guy to use, and then a couple years before that, he's fighting Cody Rhodes. Then he was fighting Kevin Owens at Mania, Cesaro. I mean, this guy, he's just forced into doing nonsense. Roman Reigns was just, had one of the greatest, if not the greatest title reign of all time. And now he's relegated to getting pinned by Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel a few months ago. Now he had to beat Solo at Raw on Netflix, and now he's in a meaningless triple threat feud for nothing. You get me? And CM Punk, who wanted to main event Mania and win world title gold, is now in this meaningless triple threat for nothing. And all we have to fall back on is this stupid favor where Punk's gonna get what I want. I need what I want. I want what I want. I want what I want. Shut up and move on from this segment. This is ridiculous. Shout out to Punk for actually showing up, though, tonight. Real talk, though. I do respect CM Punk for showing up because we know Roman and Rollins aren't. So, so it just is what it is. Then we get to the main event. This is pretty much just skippable nonsense. Nobody cares. Penta fights Braun Breaker. Yes, there's a couple cool spots in the match. The match ends in a DQ from the Judgment Day. And this episode ends with the Judgment Day beating up Penta and Braun Breaker. Just think about that for a second. A 50-year-old Carlito and a Dominic Mysterio, right, and a Finn Balor that no one cares about anymore are beating up Braun Breaker and Penta in your main event.
I'm just amazed that Finn Balor was able to work together with Dom after what happened last week. It's crazy to me, man.
3 weeks before Mania, that's your main event of Raw overseas in a different country. And that's what you're getting. Just think about it for a second and sit with it. This is one of the worst episodes of Raw of all time. Braun Breaker now has, I don't even know what Braun Breaker even is. He's not a face, he's not a heel, he's like a tweener who just goes around and starts barking and spears people. That's all he is now. A guy who has talent on the mic, all this stuff, and he's just sitting out there barking and spearing dudes. That's it. That's what Triple H's creative vision has permitted for Braun Breaker to do. And Penta just sits there, cero, miedo, Penta driver, Penta this, Penta that. I don't care. Move on. Where is Sheamus' Intercontinental Championship reign? Let's get him his last Intercontinental title reign, his only Intercontinental title reign, and let's move on from this completely. I'm done with Penta. I'm done with this current iteration of Braun Breaker, even though he's really good at, it has talents, but it's not being utilized correctly, so who cares? And then Finn Balor is just a washed-up guy at this point. They're booking him into oblivion, and it's already over. So this episode of Raw gets a solid 2 or 3 out of 10, simply because of the Jimmy Uso segment and because Chad Gable and Dragon Lee were awesome, and the minor respect I have to show as well for CM Punk actually showing up, you know what I'm saying, when Rollins and Roman couldn't do the job. So with that being said, this is a 2 out of 10 Raw, one of the worst I've seen, and it was absolute and utter garbage. Be prepared to hear from me more this week, because I got some stuff to unrattle about Roman and Punk and Rollins, about the Cena feud, and about everything else. So with that being said, enjoy the ride that CJAX is taking you on, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a phenomenal day. Peace out, and one love.
Well, there you have it. All right. Hey, I'm gonna just say this, right? This Raw, this is mid as fuck. But, hey, shout out to Jimmy for helping his brother. Shout out to John Cena and Cody for doing their segment, even though CJAX don't like it. I thought it was decent. And as for the Judgment Day goes, y'all go check out my new video, man, where I speak about the Judgment Day. And I pretty much spoke for 10 minutes because I didn't really have much to say about it. Because I already told y'all I'm done talking about the Judgment Day until Alexa Bliss comes back and Finn Balor gets kicked out of the Judgment Day. We got nothing to talk about. So, and that's the reason why I'm not doing, roasting the fuck out of the Judgment Day, because I'm just tired, bro. I'm getting tired. I'm tired stressing myself out, hoping that Liv and Dom will split, but right now they're not splitting. They got to wait till Alexa Bliss comes back, and they got to wait till Finn Balor, gets kicked out. So we'll see some changes after WrestleMania 41, but until then, I got nothing to talk about with that. So, but hey, most likely we're definitely going to get a Fatal 4-Way match with Braun Breaker and Penta and Finn and possibly Dom, but I think it might be a triple threat match just because people are saying Dom is going to cost him the title. So the only way I can see Dom getting added in this match is if Liv Morgan hook him up, because he don't want to do it. But if Liv Morgan does it for him, then that's possibly going to happen. So I don't know. But again, it might be just a triple threat match, and then Dom just comes in and feels like he's helping, but he's not. But I don't know what's the prediction. I don't really know anymore. But y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about this episode of Raw. I got a couple more videos I got to catch up on, but y'all comment down below and discuss. Okay. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. I'll catch y'all in the next video. All right. I'm out.